I asked you that night. I said, okay, if you're James Brown in this footage, who is Michael and Prince? Because they both studied
and I said
James
that
Brown.
Kanye is Michael.
Kanye is Michael.
And I said J. Cole would be Prince, but then I changed it to Kendrick.
To Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Kanye
to
is
think
Michael.
about.
If you put it in the context of that moment when James Brown was on stage.
Kanye is Michael.
I would definitely say Kanye is Michael.
Okay. Kanye is Michael. Okay.
That's a hell of a question, though, brother. That's like a God tier podcast hip hop question that you asked me. That's like an incredibly put together, well crafted question.
Yeah, because I'm still thinking
you gotta
of the
be a
answer.
real rap fan to even be able to even
understand.
I'm still thinking of the answer. I would have just said Cole and Kendrick.
In the context of that question, not in any other context. Well, some other context, because I had Terrence Martin on People's Party. Shout out to People's Party.
Man,
right.
You know, and Terrence Martin described working on To Pimp a Butterfly, and the way he described it was excellent. He said it's like a black Disneyland. And I was like, yeah, like an amusement park for the black mind.
Right.
And that's what Prince was doing. You know what I'm saying?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Wow.
So there's parallels to what some of the musical choices that Kendrick made, walking around with those faces. Some of the choices he made musically is like, well, Prince would have tried to throw everything into that pot. But he's coming at it from a kid who grew up idolizing Tupac and seeing me and Tupac at the swap meet instead of a kid who grew up, you know, in Minneapolis.
Okay, I see it now.
You know?
I see it. Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
But for his question to work, I have to be James Brown, right?
Right. No, that's what I'm saying.
In that alternate universe, where I'm
the Godfather of hip hop.
Yeah, in that alternate universe,
of conscious rap.
This is what the only thing that throws me is era-wise. Kanye was before Kanye proceeds. I would think they would have to be
so
Michael
from
Jackson
similar
preceded
era.
Prince.
Yeah, but that was like a light.
No, it's not. Michael Jackson doing it since he was 5.
No, it's not. I'm not counting. I'm not counting Jackson.
But you can't discredit.
I'm not counting.
You can't. In no way discredit that.
I'm not counting Jackson 5 era because I'm counting the time when he went on his own and did his own thing, and Prince was on his own doing his own thing, which was kind of. And they kind of
but the correlation here is how long do you think Michael was watching James?
But see, the way that you frame it, can I even answer that, right? Because that question that he asked me, as great as it was a very hard question. I answered it quickly, but even though I answered it quickly doesn't mean it wasn't a hard question. It was a hard question. I'm just in that much invested that my answer came quickly. But you're adding another layer. You're adding like, no, the timing got to make sense as well. The timing got to line up. And if that's the case, well then that's homework.
Yeah,
I need to think about it.
Think about it like this.
Come back.
No. Here's why you can't think about it in a different context like that. That's and Common and Kendrick work out for that because Michael Jackson didn't come out like a solo. Like Prince had to build his bones from a solo artist and raise his stakes. Michael Jackson came into the game as a solo artist as fucking Michael Jackson. He came in that way. Hard body, a career behind him. Godparents is all of the people that run the whole shit.
Right.
Everybody you look up to is who Michael Jackson is raised by. So you can't be like, nah, because he's a little older.
Right.
Michael Jackson's career would put him in a common position.
And that would be Kanye.
Right, because Kendrick, fresh out the gate. Common?
No. We're not talking about Common.
I mean, no, I'm talking about Common. Common would be Michael Jackson.
No, we're not talking. We didn't say Common. I said Kendrick would be. I said Kanye.
Kanye.
Right. Jackson.
Not Kanye.
And I only stopped because of the errors, but I'm not anti. I'm only.
Now speaking of Kanye.
No, I can't. First, that could never work because if I'm James Brown in that analogy, it has to be people came after you.
After you.
Common came before me. Common's my OG.
Right.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
This hot full trapper turn smack rapper. Only smack rapper that you know is smack rappers. Got bars I can hang with the backpackers. Trap star, I don't hang with the backpackers. I'm in the hood with the work you heard. Making fiends leave earth you heard. Got your baby mama thirst you heard. Feel the flow, nigga, throw it in reverse. This the wave you need to surf you heard.